As a photographer or videographer, one of the most important camera accessories you should always have with you is a filter. Filters are great not only at protecting the front part of your lens, but also controlling how the light hits your camera sensor. The only problem is that once you start using filters on your camera, you quickly realize that you need multiple filters for various lighting conditions and effects. So then you end up needing a pretty big case to carry them all. Well, not anymore. In this rather good-looking case, which is much smaller than my old one, I have 20 different lens filters, and that's not even the best part. I'll get to that later on in this video. This is the Freewell magnetic variable ND filter system, and in this video I'm going to tell you all about it and what makes it so special and unique. Let me start by telling you about the 20 different ND filter functions in this kit. First of all, there are variable ND or neutral density filters. These filters reduce the amount of light that hits your camera. Using an ND filter helps you use very specific camera settings, such as a wide open aperture or a slow shutter speed in bright conditions without exposing your shot. Shooting with specific camera settings comes in really handy whenever you're wanting to shoot at a really fast aperture, such as f1.8 or 2.8. This is really useful if you're going to be shooting in low lighting, and also if you want to be able to get that nice blurred background or bokeh in your shots. Specific camera settings also come into play for videography, because whenever you want to shoot in professional or cinematic settings, then your shutter speed should be double that of your frame rate, while also keeping your ISO as low as possible. And in most cases, there is too much light out there. So to balance everything out and not overexpose your image, then using a neutral density or variable ND filter is really useful in both of those situations. As an example, here's what it would look like if I shot with an f1.8 aperture in natural lighting without an ND filter. And here it is with the ND filter. You can see that it makes quite a big difference. ND filters come in varying degrees of strength, so the bigger the ND number, the darker the filter, or the less light is coming into your camera. Now, usually you have to buy individual ND filters depending on the strength that you want, but variable ND filters, or VNDs, have multiple strengths in one filter. All you have to do is twist the outer ring to adjust the darkness. Now in this kit, Freewell gives you two variable ND filters. One is a 2 to 5 stop VND filter, and the other is a 6 to 9 stop VND filter. So between these two filters, you're replacing 8 individual ND filters that you'd have to buy separately. Now what's even cooler is that if you take one of these VND filters and flip them over, then they become circular polarizers, or CPLs. So now that's 10 functions in 2 different filters. Polarizers, if you're not familiar, are like sunglasses for your camera. So using one reduces the reflection and glare on a reflective surface, such as on water or glass, and it also enhances the contrast and saturation of your shot. Similar to VND filters, you want to twist the ring of the polarizer to change its strength. Now let's dig into how this Freewell VND system works and why it is so much better than a traditional filter system. Now normally you would take a VND or a CPL and screw it to the front of your lens. This takes up a lot of time, especially if you swap filters a lot. Now this Freewell system eliminates the hassle by requiring you to only screw on the base ring to your lens. The base ring is magnetic, and so are all of the filters in this kit. So switching a filter out is a literal snap, and it is so much faster than having to constantly twist filters to add them on or remove them. Now in the middle of the base ring, you can add 1 or 2 additional filters. You can add the VND base filter for an additional 1 stop of light, or add the mist VND base for the glow mist effect. Now the mist filter reduces the contrast and gives you a lot softer look in the shot. A lot of folks are big fans of this effect, and I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really hate it, but I don't exactly love it either. Now with the mist filter base, you can use both the VND filters on top of it, which gives you 8 additional filter functions. So that brings us to a total of 20 functions with just 4 filters. Now besides the filter functions, Freewell also provides a magnetic lens cap to protect the filters when they're on your camera. And everything comes in a really nice filter box that is super compact, nicely labeled, and it just looks really nice, so it allows you to carry and easily find all of your filters. Now, whenever you use a filter, there's always a chance that it can do more harm than good. And indeed, I do find a slightly warmer color tone to my shots whenever I'm using these filters, but that can easily be fixed in post-production. Now, other than that, I don't find any other problems with the picture quality. I think everything looks really sharp, and I don't really see any other ill effects from the filters. So personally, this filter kit has earned a spot in my camera bag, and I am so pleased that it serves so many functions, and most importantly, it doesn't take up a ton of camera space. If you're interested in these filters, they come in 7 different filter sizes, ranging from 58mm to 95mm. Personally, I've gone with the 67mm fit because it fits my Sony 24-70 f4 and my 20mm f1.8, and these are my most used Sony lenses. The cost, admittedly, is a little bit steep. It's $400 US. But you have to consider that all 4 of these filters are giving you 20 different functions that you would normally have to buy, like 20 different lenses to meet all of those needs. So when you factor that in, $400 is a pretty reasonable price. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys would try a filter system like this, or if there's another filter system out there that is more useful. I kind of doubt that there would be one that's more useful, but maybe there's another more innovative filter system out there that I haven't heard of. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.